What is the statute of limitations for personal injury in Ohio? In this video, we will explain Ohio's statute of limitations, how long you have to file a claim, factors that may affect this timeline, and how to find out when your statute of limitations ends. All information in this video is educational and should not be considered legal advice. The information does not establish any type of attorney-client relationship. These date ranges are general estimates of statute of limitations, and by no means guarantees of your statute of limitations. Contact Piscitelli Law Firm for a free consultation with an experienced attorney who can provide more accurate estimations of your SOL based on the details of your case. How long do you have to file a personal injury claim in Ohio? The statute of limitations for personal injury cases in Ohio is generally 2 years from the date of injury, meaning victims must file their lawsuit within this time frame to seek compensation. This is only a generalization, and there are a number of factors that can influence the statute of limitations. Continue watching to find out more. The statute of limitations for personal injury cases in Ohio explained. Filing a personal injury lawsuit in Ohio requires understanding SOL and the factors that trigger your SOL start time. As stated previously, Ohio law generally gives injury victims 2 years from the date of injury to file a claim, but certain factors can shorten or extend this timeline. Missing this deadline can result in the court dismissing the case entirely and leaving the injured party without any legal options to pursue compensation. Factors that affect Ohio SOL. Some types of injury cases may have extended timelines. Some examples include injuries involving minors, medical malpractice, delayed discovery of harm. Other claims may have abbreviated SOL, such as claims against government entities. Because calculating the correct filing deadline depends on the case details, injury victims should not assume they have more time than they do. You should not assume you have an extended SOL just because your case is perceived to be a medical malpractice case or your claim is on behalf of a child. In all instances, you should consult with an Ohio injury lawyer qualified to assess your case and determine your statute of limitations. At Piscitelli Law Firm, we offer free, no-obligation consultations to all injury victims. Contact us today to talk to an experienced attorney. Statute of Limitation Personal Injury Laws in Ohio. SOL laws for Ohio injury claims are outlined in Ohio Revised Code 2305.10a, which states that in Ohio, most personal injury lawsuits and civil cases have a 2-year statute of limitations from the date of injury. Generally, this applies to all single-event personal injury claims such as auto accidents, slip and falls, workplace injuries, other negligence-based claims. Again, these are generalizations and by no means are guarantees of your statute of limitations. For example, if the injury is not immediately apparent, such as in toxic exposure cases or medical malpractice claims, the discovery rule may apply, allowing the statute of limitations to begin when the injury was reasonably discovered rather than when it occurred. Claims involving minors follow a different timeline, as the 2-year clock does not start until the child's 18th birthday, meaning they may have until they turn 20 years old to file. If the claim is against a government entity, such as a city or state agency, injury victims may have as little as 6 months to file a formal notice of claim, depending on the case. Wrongful death claims in Ohio must be filed within 2 years from the date of death, not the date of injury. Because these deadlines vary based on the circumstances of the case, consulting with a personal injury lawyer is crucial to ensuring a lawsuit is filed on time. Ohio Statute of Limitations for Personal Injury by Case Type. General personal injury cases. 2 years from the date of injury. Medical malpractice cases. 1 year from the date of injury or discovery of harm. Injuries to minors. 2 years from the victim's 18th birthday. Wrongful death claims. 2 years from the date of death. Claims against government entities. Varies, but may require notice within 6 months. Toxic exposure cases. May follow the discovery rule, allowing filing when the harm is reasonably discovered. Exceptions to the personal injury statute of limitations in Ohio. The discovery rule. One major exception is the discovery rule, which applies in cases where an injury is not immediately apparent. This rule allows the statute of limitations to begin when the victim reasonably discovers the harm, rather than when the accident actually occurred. Minors who are injured and those who are incapacitated. For injured minors, Ohio law delays the statute of limitations until the victim turns 18 years old. This means that a child injured in an accident may have until their 20th birthday to file a claim. Similarly, if an injury victim is deemed legally incapacitated due to serious injuries or being deemed mentally incompetent, the statute of limitations may be paused until they regain the ability to file a lawsuit. Fraudulent concealment. Another exception applies when a defendant fraudulently conceals their role in causing the injury. If the at-fault party actively misleads the victim or withholds key information, the statute of limitations may be paused until the fraud is uncovered. Additionally, wrongful death claims follow a different timeline, starting from the date of death rather than the date of injury. Personal injury cases involving government entities. Cases involving government entities often have much shorter deadlines than standard personal injury claims. For example, claims against the state of Ohio or a city government may require a formal notice of claim within 6 months or less, depending on the agency involved. Missing this deadline can result in losing the ability to recover damages. Why is the statute of limitations important for your personal injury claim? The statute of limitations is one of the most critical factors in personal injury cases, as it determines how long an injured person has to take legal recourse against the at-fault party. If a claim is not filed within this time frame, the injured party loses the right to pursue compensation for medical expenses, lost wages, and pain and suffering. Understanding and following Ohio's statute of limitations is essential for protecting your legal rights and securing the compensation you deserve. If you or a loved one suffered injuries due to someone else's negligence, taking legal action within Ohio's statute of limitations is essential to protecting your rights. The Piscitelli Law Firm is committed to helping injury victims recover the compensation they deserve for medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, and other damages. We provide personalized legal guidance, making sure that every client's case is handled with the attention and strategic advocacy it requires. Whether your case involves a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or wrongful death claim, our firm is prepared to fight for you. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact us today for a free consultation. We will review your case, explain your legal options, and take prompt legal action to protect your claim.